Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been a minute since my last update. Both August and September have been incredibly busy, and in fact, I lost most of September through other projects. But catching up on some of the videos here and working on getting the cowling squared away. Did some of this in August. Just kind of ignore the date. Again, I hadn't fixed the camera yet, and finally got around to it a little bit later. So it's just, this is I'm terrible at the finishing side of things because it it's difficult to cover up the mistakes, or it's more work to cover mistakes up when you make them. So I tried to be really careful to make sure that I'm getting everything right, and getting the cowling fit up against the firewall cover there. It's definitely a lot of fiddling and just extra careful work. And I'm not even sure that I got the camlock holes correctly. I was following what Evan has on his video, and basically said, punch a hole in it and route the hole to the same size as the opening where the camlock is going to fit into it. I found that that was just a little bit bigger than what maybe it should have been. So I can still work with it. The cam lock still fits in there, and it kind of wiggles around a little bit. And what my plan on is at this point in time is once I get everything totally perfected, then I'll use some type of epoxy to backfill that, and that may come after I have the plane painted. It'll definitely secure the cowling on there and hold it in place for any test flying that or the flying when we first do the 40 hours or whatever. Another thing that I kind of skipped over that wasn't in the video from Evan was to verify that the cowling cover was level on the lower side there, and that's really the only flat spot in there. Honestly, it is level. One thing I didn't do when I was testing it like that was to validate that the floor was actually in line with that as well. But the bubble was well within it. It may have been touching on one side as opposed to being perfectly in the center, but for me it was like it's probably about as good as it's going to get. I did find that the two holes in the bottom of the strap for the firewall, as well as the part that's in the nose wheel, and this is the part that holds the lower portion of the cowling in place, they were undersized, and I couldn't find any reference to a smaller camlock setup. I was talking with Aaron, who is in the area here, and he was just over the other day, and I got a couple of extra camlock pieces because I was short a couple. And he had some smaller ones, but I didn't. I mean, I looked everywhere. I couldn't find anything, and it really isn't very well documented in the sling material. So I had the extra camlocks that were of the same size. I just went ahead and upsized the holes for the two portions that you see me drilling here, and then in the nose wheel as well. And once I got those upsized, then just use the regular camlocks. I can't imagine it's that big of a difference. It's just a different size camlock. So the other thing that needed to do was get the holes set up for the top and bottom piece of the cowling, and to get an even set of measurements. I basically went back to the string method and figured out the distance that I was going to need to go, measured that out, marked it on the line, and then proceeded to continue to do that for the rest of the cowling. I went with 4 camlocks on the top and bottom. Certainly I can add another one if I need to. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but it's really not a big deal to add one, especially now. The only downside is if I do add one, it may be kind of narrow, or a short space between the two that are existing rather than an even spacing all the way around. Oh, and I forgot to mention my buddy Jeff. He and I have known each other for we met in junior high, so he's been around for many of my crazy projects, and because the cowling going on and off is such a two-person job, I asked if he could come down and help out with it. What he didn't know was I was going to put him to work on putting the chamfer in the rivet holes for the Camlocks, and because it's such a you know, you want to do it very carefully. I had him use the hand tool on this. You'll see him. I didn't mean for it to be a hard job, but you know, he shakes his hand there because he's, you know, definitely having to apply a little bit of pressure. And you know, honestly, that tool that I've got there, it's the bit's probably not as sharp as it used to be. I've used that for most of this kit, and actually, oddly enough, that's a tool that my dad had, and just carried forward into this project. And it's actually been a very, very handy tool for being able to recess a lot of these holes. So, but Jeff did a great job. I was super thankful that he was down to help out on this, and it helped to get all the Camlocks put in place. Let's see, what else is to go here. Hey, I've got several videos that are in the pipeline, so after this one comes out, I'll have a steady stream for about the next 3 or 4 weeks of videos. I've got quite a few things that are going on right now, and hopefully I'll have some pretty significant progress in later videos a little bit this year. Oh, super big news on my front. So the hangar situation in Colorado is miserable, and I've definitely been keeping an eye out for something that would work. And about a month ago now, a gentleman had a private hangar for sale, and I picked it up. So I do have a hangar to move to now. Anyway, so that's it for this video, and stay tuned for more coming out in the next week or so. And if you have any questions, as always, please let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks. Bye.